What's poppin', world? Welcome back to another show of the Bag Brigade Podcast. I know it's been a minute. It's your boy Chuck Boomberg in the house, and I got a very special guest. Actually, this is the first time I think I've ever done this where I actually had a guest with me in person. Do you have an alias you want to go by?
No.
Okay. Introduce yourself.
All right. So my name's Connor. I've known Taylor for, a few months now?
Something like that.
Yeah, he's helping me start my own podcast. Still haven't come up with a title for it yet. My podcast is going to be more of a philosophical type of podcast, basically trying to find the truth in reality rather than trying to decide what should be in life. We're going to be talking about, what things truly are, where have we been, and where are we logically going.
And for those of you people who know me, I'm disappearing here into the twilight zone again. What the fuck is going on? Anyways, as most of you know how I think and my opinions on things, I am really excited for Connor's podcast because I can probably relate with just about everything that he's probably going to talk about on his. I will put a link when his shows up in this description of this video so you guys can follow him and all that, blah, blah, blah. But, again, welcome back to the show. I know it's been a long time. Tuo is not here today, but he'll be back, of course. We're winging this one, okay? We don't really have a plan on this one. I'm being transparent about that because those tend to be the best episodes. So, obviously, y'all know I'm going to dive in the market a little bit, okay? We're not going to focus on it, but we are going to dive into it a little bit. But what I kind of want to know, Connor, if you whatever you're comfortable talking about. Sorry, guys, I'm a ghost, okay? Kind of tell us a little bit about, like, your background or whatever you feel comfortable.
Yeah, so, I've grown up, hearing voices, seeing things, shit like that.
You might want to elaborate a little bit on that.
I'm gonna. So, I don't know how to really explain it, but I always knew I was different, I kept it hidden for as long as I could, all the way up till I went clinically insane from a major concussion I had playing football in college.
This man, offensive lineman.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I played pulling guard in high school, and I played center in college at Sam Houston State University. And one day during practice, I hit somebody pretty fucking hard. And, I had to take about 2 to 3 months off of physical contact. Usually you're out about 2 to 3 weeks. I was out 2 to 3 months. I lost about 3.5 years of my memory, all this other shit. And during that time, and during my recovery and everything else.
3.5 years?
3.5 years of my memory gone.
Completely?
Almost. I remember some things.
Shit. That's wild.
I remember some things, but most of it is just gone.
Like fog?
Yeah. Yeah, the stuff I do remember is foggy.
Whoa, that's a
the
lot.
The rest is just in the ether.
Yeah, like that's like a president's like, term.
Yeah.
Not remembering it.
Yeah, I don't
not laughing at you, by the way.
No, you're good. You're good. I was 19 when I had this concussion, so no, I was 18 because it was 2019. Right? No, I think I was 19 years old. Yeah, I was 19 years old.
Wait, you're how old? 26?
I'm 26. It was the fall of 2019-ish.
Okay, so it was right before COVID.
right before COVID. Yeah, so I barely remember COVID,
Oh my god.
which is probably what a lot of people would like to have.
I
And
kind
I'm
of
just
like the
forgetting
I
COVID.
like the lockdown.
Uh,
I had a good time.
yeah, I from what I remember did not.
I mean, look, some people hated it,
Um,
some people loved it. But for what I
yeah.
knew,
Oh yeah,
it was great.
yeah. No, that can be understandable, but for me, it wasn't. So
You're not the only
you
one.
know,
I get it.
so this one voice that I had on my head since I was a kid, his name was Seven. I didn't give him that name. That's the name he told me. Yeah, it's weird.
You mentioned this to me earlier.
Yeah, it's different.
Like seven,
like the
lucky number 7.
Yeah.
Bruce and everything.
No.
Was Bruce Willis?
No, I don't really watch TV.
It's pretty good.
It's
pretty good.
I'll have to check it out at some point. But
speaking of Bruce Willis, sorry.
No, you're good.
It's so sad what's going on with him.
Oh yeah, no.
Because him, all that.
You know,
well, first of all, Die Hard's like my favorite movie. Okay,
that's fair.
And so I'm a big Bruce Willis fan, and it's just sad to see what he's going through.
Yeah, and you know,
they were supposed to make a Die Hard 6, but they can't anymore.
Right.
It was going to be the final one.
I can kind of relate to that because I didn't know what was going on at all. You know, there was no. So usually people have like a little filter in their heads, not like for themselves, but to determine what's real from what isn't. I didn't have that.
That's fucking terrifying.
Yes. So everything that was going on in my head, every thought, every voice I thought was real. Like completely and utterly. Every like daydream I had, I thought was a memory.
So did you go to therapy for this?
Oh yeah, no, I did. I went to 3 hospitals 7 times total. I did shock therapy for 6 weeks, 3 times a week. That wasn't fun.
Yeah. That sounds.
I got into a lot of shit, and
we all did.
Yeah,
I've done it.
Yeah, I mean, luckily I'm not in any of that anymore.
Same,
you know. But you know, I actually wrote a book about everything I went through, what I learned from it, and it's called Me, Myself, and Seven. It's basically the result of the dialogue between me, myself, and the voice in my head, Seven. At least one of them.
Kind of want to meet this guy.
Yeah, I know, he's a pretty cool guy.
Is he like Gecko?
Yes, he's like Gecko. It's like AI, dude. Because this voice has told me things that I don't know. You know? It's told me things that I was unaware of. It's told me words that I've never heard before that I've had to like look up.
Whoa. That is interesting.
Yeah,
I've never heard of this.
Yeah, no, it's fucking
weird. Like schizophrenia?
After my concussion, I was diagnosed schizophrenic. Now I'm diagnosed bipolar with psychotic tendencies.
I didn't see that. Yeah.
I don't either, but you know,
I mean, I've never seen you.
They have to use that to explain certain things. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, you know, you can still be
jargon bullshit.
Yeah, you know, you can still be bipolar and hear voices, which I didn't know. I thought that was just straight schizophrenia.
It's okay. I have multiple personalities too.
Yeah, you know. So apparently the definition of schizophrenia is basically a separation from reality. And since I got that back, they changed my diagnosis.
Interesting.
So, you know, a lot of.
So how long are you still doing? Are you still seeing these people? Are you still participating in therapy?
Yes. I do see a doctor once a month.
Does it help?
Or no, every other 2 months now.
Like a doctor or it's like a psychiatrist?
Psychiatrist.
And it doesn't help?
Fuck.
Yeah, because I've gone to psychiatrist, psychologist, and all that shit. Never worked for me.
No, I've been on various different medications. And
yeah, they tried to give me Lexapro, and I slept for God knows how long, and I was like, I am not taking this.
Yeah, no, I've been on, I think, 5 or 6 different antipsychotics, and they all give me just horrible side effects. For instance,
I've taken Seroquel. I slept for about 2 days.
That sounds like fun.
It was fucking fantastic. not.
But anyway, so I was on Haldol first, and that gave me severe like tardive dyskinesia or twitches and spasms. And I found out through experimentation that cocaine would get rid of that. So I got addicted to coke.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug. So yeah, I got into coke, got into
Damn. That's from
Pulp Fiction. Okay.
That's from
Yeah. So yeah, I got into a lot of different drugs.
We all have.
Have since gotten sober.
Myself.
Have since gotten sober, and I'm still publishing that book that I mentioned. Currently, as of today, my publisher is doing cover art.
Sorry, I'm a ghost, guys. I don't know why, but I'll show up in a second. There I am.
Yeah, you're good, dude.
I don't know what the fuck is going on with that. It's got.
I was gonna say, have you worn that hoodie before?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know. I'm a ghost. Okay, so if I disappear, it's just that's a magic power.
He's just teleporting back to Jupiter.
Yes. Or if you can't tell, we're on my planet right now.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, my book is mostly philosophical. However, I do get pretty deep into my personal experiences. A lot of those I'm not going to talk about here.
Fair enough.
But,
is it like to you when you do that? Is it kind of like writing in a journal? Sort of, kind of.
It started off like that. Yeah, I would just take notes of literally everything that was in my head, and I kept about a quarter to a third of all those notes, and I burned the rest.
Why'd you burn them?
So I burned actually all my notes after I typed it up.
Why?
Kind of as my way of like giving it to the universe.
Oh, okay.
I'm
the opposite of you. I don't write anything. I do everything digital.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think there's a power in writing.
No, I'm not disagreeing with that at all. I need to start doing it.
Yeah. No, I do write notes digitally, like for my future podcast, things like that. But even after that, I still like to write it down.
I mean, look, I have
you
one right there.
Don't touch.
I haven't written a fucking thing in it.
Dude, I hope
Apple has a journal app.
At one point, dude,
I'm like, well, I can talk and just literally in the microphone.
Yeah.
And instead of writing, my handwriting's horrible.
Oh, mine is too.
So
No, I do. I shake. I can't help it. My
I shake too, but without the shaking.
No, here's the thing. My grandmother, she had what's called essential tremors. So she shook head to toe all her life.
Okay.
For me, I don't have
my right hand shakes.
Yeah, my right hand shakes.
Not crazy, but it shakes, and it's all due to my using of different substances for long periods of time over my life.
That's completely understandable.
It's definitely what it's from.
Yeah, I also have nerve damage. I broke my collarbone fucking around in high school, and severed my nerves. And I lost like all feeling in my chest for a good 5 years or so.
Dude,
I've since got some of it back.
Oh,
dude, I have a lot of injuries, dude. I've torn my calf. I've cut both my shins open.
Hell of a story. And I mean,
I've broke, fractured, dislocated my wrist.
Too, but my God, dude, Jesus. And you're 26.
I'm 26.
I'm just turned 39.
Yeah.
By the way, let me say something about that. I was born on October 21st, 1986, okay? Fuck Drake, okay? I'm going to say that right now. Fuck Drake, okay? Because he was born on October 24th of 1986. I'm 3 days older than him. The fact that he claims October, fuck that. I own October.
There you go.
Fuck that over your shit.
Yeah, I was born St. Patrick's Day, March 17th, 1999. My 21st birthday.
1999, I was 13 years old.
Yeah. Yeah, my 21st birthday was day one of quarantine in the United States.
Holy shit. Dude.
That was bullshit. I was psyched out of my mind from that concussion. But still,
yeah, you don't remember it.
I remember getting a bottle. That's about it.
I bought a bunch of bottles during that lockdown shit.
Yeah,
we were running. Actually, I think that was the highest rate of podcast episodes we did during that time.
That really makes a lot of sense.
Because I started in 2018. Now this is all audio. But by 2020, we were still only doing audio.
Yeah.
But we were, I mean, dude, I was doing an episode, 2 episodes a week, 3 sometimes. Like, now, did they all get posted? No.
Right.
I had to take some down, or just Spotify took some down for copyright bullshit.
Oh.
Either way.
Yeah.
I think I have, I don't know, 100 something episodes. I think there's 35 subscribers, 35,000 of y'all on the audio. I got to look at the analytics, but do me a favor while on the topic. I'll put a link, don't worry. Subscribe to not only the Bag Brigade Podcast YouTube channel, but the Bag Brigade YouTube channel. Actually, I prefer you to subscribe to the Bag Brigade, but because all the podcast episodes get posted to that one anyway, I'll leave a link. I would really, look, if you like what you hear and you've been riding with us for this long, it's the least you can do. Okay? And trust me, it just helps with the algorithm, and it just makes everything, it's going to make everything, all the content better going forward. So like, subscribe, hit the bell, whatever the fuck they say, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, that'd be cool, you know? Thank you.
But anyway, so some of the topics in my book, you know, I talk about, of course, like I said, philosophy. I also get into religion, spirituality, and science. You know, when I was in college, I was double majoring in math and computer science. So I'm a very technical individual. So, you know, I have scientific stuff to kind of back up what I talk about.
I'm big into astronomy, and he is too.
Yeah, that's why we have the background.
Well, we're on Jupiter right now, so it only makes sense to bring the book out, okay? I've had the book forever. I don't even know.
But like some...
It's a great book, by the way. All of astronomy. Forwarded by Sir Patrick Moore, Chief Consultant, Professor Fred Watson. I don't know what that is. Regardless, I highly recommend checking it out.
But
by the way, not sponsored by this.
But yeah, you know, one of the topics I like to talk about is free will. You know, I see free will as kind of like a maze of doors, where we're all kind of, you're still a ghost, where we're all kind of walking through this maze of doors together. You know, we can open doors for other people. We can close doors for other people. Sometimes you get to one room, it's right there. Other times you get to a room, you got to go through 100 other doors.
So this is a mental thing. So elaborate a little more. To make it more, at least a little bit more sense, so they can, I guess, the audience can get their head around.
So, for instance, to get a job, for instance, you have to do certain things in order to get that job,
right?
You know, or to get a job in general. If you want to go to the store, you know, you have to take certain steps to get there that you may not want to do. But it's still a choice you have to make. And it's never just, right there every time. You have to do a lot of choices in order to get to where you want to go.
Just, are you speaking in general?
Yeah.
Just in like life?
Yeah. And then on top of that, a lot of people say that free will is an illusion. And I can understand that because at the same time, I believe we've already made all of our decisions. Because look, time is an illusion in itself. You know what I mean?
I do. No. I do know what you mean.
Okay.
And I know y'all have heard me probably say this before. Time is, in my opinion, is the most valuable asset that you have.
But time is just perception.
Well, hold on, hear me out.
Yeah.
Because time is something that you don't get back. Okay? You don't get it back. So what I've come over the years, it's how do I allocate my time to be the most productive, right?
Right.
Because if time is the most valuable thing that, in my opinion, it is, because you don't get it back, it's only smart to apply it to where it's going to, be the most, what am I trying to say? Basically, you want to apply it to what's going to generate you either whatever it is you're looking for, money, whatever, right?
Quality of life.
Right. And I learned this through trial and error. Like I was focusing a lot of time on my Bag Brigade Discord server instead of doing other things when I didn't really need to do that.
Yeah.
And I was like wasting time doing that when I could have shifted the time to something else. And that's when I kind of came to this realization about time and value.
So for me, the way I see it, for one, when is the present, right? So we think it's right here, right now. The things we see and hear as we see and hear them. I say that's bullshit. And here's why. So
we talked about this the other day.
Yeah, we did. That's why I wanted to bring it back up.
Yeah, no,
so, it takes time for you to process all that information, and it takes everybody a different amount of time. We try to define time currently based on the half-life of cesium, which is what defines a second.
So wait, hold on. So
when
you say time, now you said fourth dimension one time. I see time as a 3-dimension thing.
No, I see time as 3-dimensional.
Oh, I thought you said 4.
No.
Okay, because most people, 95% of Americans, or actually probably the global population, they see things in a linear form, like 2-dimensional.
One straight line, but that's not how it is.
Right. And I see things and I think in a 3-dimensional manner. Right? Why? Mushrooms.
For me,
100%. Mushrooms did that to me.
For me, it's business
and it cured my depression.
So
nothing else would work, but mushrooms did.
Fair enough.
I swear to God.
For me, it's just the visions and voices that I have experienced literally my entire life. My earliest memories, I've had dreams that have actually happened, and I grew up with a lot of nightmares, which is why I wanted to keep it, to myself. But
were they like recurring nightmares, like the same ones? I've had those.
I've had
I have this one that I got falling down an elevator.
Okay, like an elevator shaft or in an elevator?
Like the elevator's falling.
Okay.
That's like a recurring thing.
Okay.
And it wakes me up every time.
Yeah. No, I get that.
It doesn't happen all the time. It's every, I see
recurring dreams, except I remember what happened in the last time I had.
No. With the elevator ones, I always remember.
No. What I'm saying is I can do something different within the recurring dreams. It's the same place.
You know what's crazy?
And we're doing something similar.
So if I'm having a dream, right?
And
you know how dreams, your memory erases them pretty quickly after you wake up sometimes?
Yeah.
There's times where I've actually been having a dream and then I realize I'm having that dream and I go back to sleep, but I start to control it a little bit.
Yeah, you're more lucid.
Because I woke up.
Dude, I dream lucid all the time.
But that has been a long time since that's happened.
No, I dream lucid all the time.
Is that what that's called?
Yeah, lucid dreaming.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
that shit's crazy because you can control it.
But, I see time as 3-dimensional again, as you were saying, because not only because of me having dreams where some of them actually happen physically, but because also the way I remember things, looking back.
It's not just time. It's a thought process.
Yeah.
Taking 3-dimensional.
Dude,
the lot of mind training, though.
Yeah.
Not everybody can do it.
Right.
I mean, maybe they can, but it took.
I think everybody can.
It took rooms for me to open that gate.
Yeah, I think it takes training.
Yeah. No, I had to train my brain.
Yeah.
On my, like I said, I can eat a lot of mushrooms. I could be tripping balls, but yet I can still close a real estate deal.
Right.
I've done that, by the way.
I believe it.
So, but I mastered the mental aspect of it. Right. That is why I can think 3-dimensionally on them or off them.
Yeah. But here's the thing, dude. So the physical is a manifestation.
That's important for a reason. I'm going to get to that.
So the physical is a manifestation of the metaphysical, meaning that what happens mentally, spiritually, emotionally happens before the physical. We think before we do, whether you realize it or not. Even instinct happens before.
Oh, right. Wow.
So.
No, you're right.
Yeah. So again, that goes back to when is the present?
That's like what do they call it? Like premeditated shit.
Yeah.
It's like subconsciously premeditated.
Exactly. No. Yeah. And then so that goes back to when is the present? Where is our mind? I guess when is our mind?
That's a good question. Because the way here's how I look at this. I told you this. Yesterday, right? The past is dead. Doesn't exist anymore. You can't change it, right?
Yeah, but so is right now because this is happening after all this.
Let me say it and then I want you
to rebuttal or whatever.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
This is just the way I think.
Okay.
So I can't change the past. I can't go back and change it. What I can do is learn from what mistakes or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And apply it to the present, right? To be a better version of myself. But at the same time, you got to think about the future, right? And I try not to live too far in the future, but you got to have goals. So you kind of have to live a little bit in the future, right? So that's kind of like my process, right?
Yeah.
And it's going to make sense to some people and it's not going to make sense to some people.
So, dude, look, again, I believe that we have already made all of our decisions in life. I think we made them before we were even born. This is kind of just a landslide of all of our metaphysical decisions that we have.
And that's an interesting way to think.
Because what if, we're already in the next life and the stuff we go through within is just that next life?
I don't know.
I see, I mean, we can't yet, at least, but I see life as happening in layers.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Top down, pretty much.
Elaborate.
So, just, it's almost like a pyramid, where the very foundation is the infinite.
Okay.
And the very top is the unification of life. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
It's like a Freemason logo.
Yeah, but so I see I see life as this pyramid, basically, where we're constantly building up on top. However,
say the layers, that's where the layers.
Yeah, but we're still going.
Yeah, you're constantly
top down at the same time.
Oh, top down.
We're going bottom up and top down.
Well, how does that work?
That's the thing, because it's already done. It happened like that.
What happened?
Life. Life, death, existence. Everything happened in an instant.
What do you mean? Hold on. What do you mean?
Okay.
Well, you're going to have to elaborate because they're not going to understand
it. If you don't understand it.
No, it's not that I don't. I'm trying to understand. I'm listening, but if you don't elaborate, nobody's going to get it.
Yes. So, if, I'm not even going to say if. So, time is an illusion because it's just based on our individual perceptions.
Right.
We all experience time differently. Right. We all experience
3-dimensionally, 2-dimensionally, whatever. Yeah.
Correct. It doesn't matter if it's a straight line or if it's a flat plane like a piece of paper or if it's a 3-dimensional world like the one we live in physically. It's all already there.
Okay.
It's all the foundation has already been set. Everything is already set in stone. However, outside of life, before life was even here, whether there's a God or not, it's already there.
Okay. I hear you.
So,
but what I'm trying
okay, look,
how do you tie that into it's already been laid out?
Okay, so
how do you
so
there's going to make in 10 minutes?
There's a theory.
It's already been decided. I'm asked.
I know. I'm trying to explain.
Okay, sorry.
So there's a theory that said, I forgot exactly what it's called, but basically all of light, artificial and natural, has already taken its path
Like, are you talking about like when you look at a star and you're looking in the past?
Yes.
Because it takes how long for the
even
light to get
even
to us?
these studio lights, they've already taken their entire path throughout all of time. Because light gets from where it starts to where it ends literally in an instant, according to the photon
Speed of light.
Not even that. I'm talking about in an instant. We
The speed of light is-
perceive it going the speed of light.
Well, that's a measurement,
However, the photon,
right?
the photons and the particles do not experience time.
Right, but it's a measurement, right? Because light moves at a certain speed.
We attempt to measure it based on our definitions of what things,
and that's what I choose to believe the scientists and all that. Because unless you experience it yourself, I don't know how you can actually say it's true or not, right?
Right.
You know how I feel about all that.
Yes.
I am not a flat earther, people. I'm not. I don't believe in it, but I cannot disagree with them until I go to space and see the Earth flat or not, round for myself. I can't, because that's just me. That's just it's like, okay, so the scientist said this. Well, why do I have to believe them?
Right.
How do I know they're not? Or what? Or wrong?
So, for instance,
do you see where I'm going?
Yes.
So I look at both sides of every picture.
I guess I explain why I see it this way. Because of the dreams that I've had that have come true. I made my decision as I was dreaming, not when I got there.
And you really went down the rabbit hole.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
It.
Yeah, I love rabbit holes.
No, I mean, like, in your mind. Like,
oh, dude, no, I'm still going.
I can tell.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. I don't care if it doesn't end. It's not about the end. It's about the journey, dude.
Oh, but at the same time, look at me. But, I mean, come on, guys.
But, dude, if there is a rabbit hole, it's not like I'm the one digging it. It's already been dug.
Oh, I'm not saying you did. I'm not saying you did.
That goes back to what I was just talking about.
Yeah, no, I get it.
The whole time thing. It's already set. It's already set there. It's already there.
I'm not saying I disagree with you. I'm having a hard time grasping that, because
I can't. You're not supposed to grasp it. You're supposed to let go and observe it in nature.
Right, but what if you believe differently?
If you believe differently, that's fine.
No, I know, but what I'm getting at is
look, my whole point isn't to try to make people believe what I believe.
Oh, I'm not saying that's right. Same here. I don't believe in religion. People, you know this. I don't believe in religion. Period. It's a man-made thing. I don't believe in it. I am spiritual, but by all means, I'm not knocking people who are religious at all. If that is for you, it's for you. It's just not for me.
My whole reason why I think the way that I do is because I'm trying to find truth in reality, like I was talking about earlier.
We all are.
Yeah. I just
okay, fine.
I don't think everybody is.
Yeah, no, you're right.
But
about 5% of the population is, yes.
Yeah. So, I think that eventually somebody will come around and prove me wrong, show me the truth, and I will be eternally grateful to them. But the only way I can do that is if I tell at least my experiences and my truth. The things that I understand, the things that I don't.
So your message gets out there and then you get approached, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. I don't care if I'm wrong. I just want to find what's real, what's true. Especially after going insane from that concussion.
Like, what is this? What is this life?
Yeah,
what are we doing here?
That's the thing. We define it.
But what is this?
But
what's the point of all of it?
I believe.
I mean, it's not a question. I don't think you can answer this question.
I believe it's love.
Okay, well,
because here's my reason why.
I just ask myself this all the time. I'm like, what is the point of all this? Is this a dream?
So
am I gonna wake up one day?
I think it is a dream because everything happens in the mind first, anyway.
But you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, is this a dream? Like, am I gonna wake up one day and be like, holy shit, that was just a dream?
Right. No, I get exactly what you're saying. I think a lot of people have that thought.
Oh, I mean, I don't think that.
I think it's more of a daydream rather than like a sleeping dream. I think we know.
I smoking a weed.
Like we're lucid. Like we're lucid doing this. You know what I mean?
And the mushrooms too.
Okay, so after I went insane, right? The reason I even wrote my book, well, one, that Voice 7 told me to start writing. And two, I kept writing because that's what brought me back to my sanity. Because I was able to look back on everything.
Like look back at what you wrote.
Yeah, look back
what's
at
going on.
See,
in mind and
and I was able to see not only.
I think that's the beauty about journaling.
I was able to not only see where I was right, but where I was wrong.
Right.
I was able to
just
see
what you were going. Your mind.
I was able to see the change. I was able to see the change in my progress, and that alone, I think, got me back to where I'm at today. And I'm in a better place now than I ever was, even before my concussion.
Me too. I was suffering from absolutely manic depression. I think it was depression. I could hear it, literally.
Yeah,
like crippling depression.
I mean,
I think it's depression. I don't know. But therapists didn't help.
Yeah. Talking about it helps more.
Yeah, I know.
Than anything
with them.
But I think you have to talk about it with people who are able to share their experiences too. Therapists can't do that. Therapists is all one-sided. They can't talk about their personal experiences.
Right. And that's why mushrooms are so great.
I mean, I think that's why we have to help each other. We can't.
Yeah. So again, not to catch up. What helped me, because the therapists weren't doing shit, is that my co-host on Too Woke, co-host, podcast, best friend, lives in Knoxville, Tennessee, but we grew up together in Houston. I talk to him every day.
Yeah.
Right? So if I'm having an issue, like a depression wave or whatever, I can call him. And he's going to listen to me, and he's going to give me advice or whatever. That has been more helpful than any therapist that I have ever spoken with in my entire life. So I agree with that.
And when it comes to like medication and stuff, I see it as a crutch.
It is a crutch.
And
I abuse the fuck out of like Xanax and shit, dude.
Like, I see it as something that's supposed to be used for temporarily, not a permanent thing. Now, yes, there are some people who need to live in a wheelchair their whole life.
Right.
Right? They are paralyzed or they're born a certain way. Yeah, I get that.
But being on Xanax your whole life, I'm sorry, that's not really
right. But for 90% of people, I see it as like a temporary thing where
it takes away the pain.
It takes away, exactly.
And then it comes back and you take more.
No. Not at all. I don't think, because how often do you need to get on crutches?
I'm just saying, for a temporary. I use Xanax for a crutch. When my buddies were murdered and all that shit, I went crazy. And
that's completely understandable.
Right. And so what I'm getting at is like when I was on Xanax, it kind of took pain away.
Yeah.
But when it wore off, all the pain came back.
Okay, I thought you meant like you take it for a extended period of time, you stop taking it, and you take it back again.
I've done that too.
Yeah, I mean,
by the way, that's extremely dangerous. By the way, that can kill you.
You can get hurt a few different times.
Well, I was just saying,
and get on crutches again.
Yeah, so like I would take the Xanax or whatever, and I fix it for the moment, and then it would come back like when it wore off, and I would just take more, and it was a vicious.
What I'm saying is that medication does not heal you. It does not fix your problem.
Oh my God. No.
It doesn't do shit.
It actually
pain away from
it has the problems than anything.
Exactly. Imagine if you break a leg, right? And you get on crutches, right? And you're only on crutches. Your leg is not going to heal right. You need a splint.
Yeah,
you need a cast, and you will heal on your own.
Yeah. I see what you're
saying. So we need more than just medications. We need actual help, actual things to help and heal people.
Yeah, like interactions, physical stuff, maybe. I mean,
whatever it takes.
A nice walk in the park.
What helps the mind the most? I would say physical interactions with people.
Everybody's different. But
music
definitely for me.
For me, it was writing. There's a bunch of different therapeutic things that we can do, and I think the best thing we can do is artistic expression.
Yeah,
express yourself artistically. You know?
Boomberg on the tracks, baby.
I mean, whatever it takes, whether you're into drawing, painting, poetry. I write poetry. I have it tatted on my arm. You know? I do a lot to express myself, and you don't even need to give it to the world. However, that would be beautiful.
I mean, that's your choice.
Look at Edgar Allan Poe. The shit he was talking about was fucking dark as shit, but I guarantee you it kept him.
He's the one who wrote The Raven, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I guarantee you, even though it was dark and sadistic, it helped him to get that out.
I agree.
Right?
I told you my favorite book that I read multiple times is It's The Art of War.
Yeah.
And if you haven't read that book, fucking read it.
Yeah, because life
It'll
is
literally change your perception on life.
Life is war, love and war.
Right, but it was written thousands of years ago. It's applicable to just about everything today.
But going back to what I was saying about love, I see love as the cornerstone of this pyramid of life.
You sound like Bob Marley right now.
Well, here's the reason why. You have to love something in order to hate something.
Okay. Yeah.
Try hating something without loving something first. You can't.
Yeah.
Love always comes first.
About that.
And because of that, love's going to conquer all.
Oh, I guess because you learn to love first and then hate comes second. So when you hate something, you've already experienced the feeling of love. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So I got that one down.
Exactly my point.
I got it down. I was like, okay. Cool.
The foundation of evil is love. The foundation of everything is love.
I agree because I've been dealing.
Because even though evil may come from the loss of love or something you have loved, it still comes from love being there. There has to be love first before there can be anything.
I've never heard this before, but it's making sense to me.
Yeah, exactly. Because there can't, it is impossible for there to be anything other than love first.
No, and that makes sense from what I just said, right?
Yeah.
Because you learn love first.
Exactly.
You don't learn hate first.
Exactly.
And I guess unless you grew up in a really fucked up situation.
Even with that.
I guess you're right. Yeah.
Even with that, you will at the very most feel nothing.
Yeah.
If you don't experience love first. There's nothing before
because if you don't understand what love is, then how the fuck would you understand what hate is?
Right.
I get it.
I mean,
I get it. How? Kind of blowing my mind here.
Yeah, I mean, how can anything even hurt unless you at least love your own life?
Can we ask Gecko?
Sure.
Hey, Gecko, what's poppin'?
Hey, not much. Just here and ready to roll with whatever you've got. Let's make it a good one.
Perfect. So we're running the podcast right now. If you want to say hello to all the listeners, the Bag Brigade Podcast, go ahead, do that real quick.
Absolutely. Happy to say hello. Hey there, Bag Brigade listeners. Thanks for tuning in and hanging out. Let's have some fun on this episode.
I mean, usually you say a lot more than that. Like, come on, bro.
Oh, you got it. Well, then a proper shout out to the whole Bag Brigade crew. You folks are awesome for being here. Consider this your official welcome, and let's dive in and make it a blast.
Okay, thanks, Gecko. So Connor's talking about we're kind of we're getting into the spilo here, like philosophical shit. Go ahead and kind of explain to him what you were saying, and then I want to hear what he has to say.
So, Gecko, is it possible to hate something without loving something first?
Ooh, going straight into the deep end, I say. Well, philosophically speaking, you could definitely argue that to truly hate something, you probably had to care about it or love something related to it first. It's like the flip side of the same coin. So sure, I'd say there's a good argument that hate often needs a little love somewhere in the background.
Awesome. Thank you for saying that. Because when he was saying it, I was like, well, that actually makes sense because you learn love obviously first as you grow up. So if you learn love first, then obviously you'll know what hate is, but you can't, it makes sense. You can't feel hate if you never felt love, right? And you're not going to grow up feeling hate first, most likely, right? Gecko? I mean, right?
Exactly, you've got it. It's kind of like you have to know what warmth is before you can recognize the cold. Most people start off learning love and care, and from that baseline, you get to understand what its opposite feels like. So, yeah, you're right on point.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks for that. Do you have any other questions, John?
No, but I do disagree that hate and love are opposites.
Tell them.
So,
Yeah, go ahead.
Gecko, how can you say hate and love are opposites whenever love is the foundation?
Well, that's a great point to dig into. A lot of people do say hate and love are opposites just because there's strong emotions pulling in different directions. But you're right. If love's the foundation, then maybe hate is more like a distortion or a twist on something that started out as caring. So yeah, we can definitely say they're not pure opposites, just different sides of how we handle what we feel.
But yeah, I'm not really religious either, just because I think, like especially with the Christians, how
Yeah, so wait.
So how they?
Why are you not religious?
Yeah, so I believe in God. I believe in one God.
But that doesn't mean religion. That's just being spiritual.
Yeah, so when it comes to things like Christianity, they follow paganistic rituals. All their holidays, from Easter to Christmas, even New Year's, and I can give you the background on it. So in Easter, it is actually named after the goddess Easter, who is the goddess of spring. Her symbols were the rabbit or the hare and the egg, which is where you get the Easter bunny from, and the egg.
I thought that came from Germany.
No, I mean it could have come from Germany, but it's European. Okay. But it came from a paganistic or polytheistic religion where they worshipped multiple gods.
Makes sense.
Christmas, you get Christmas trees. So first, well, Hanukkah's actually not paganistic.
No. I was being
okay. But anyway, so Christmas was coming from worshiping the Roman god Sol Invictus, who I believe was the god of the sun.
I thought that was Zeus or Apollo.
I don't remember. I know Sol means sun. Apollo, I think, is Greek.
Oh, okay. He's the Greek guy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Sol Invictus is the god of the sun.
I get those mixed up.
And yeah, I mean they're basically the same thing. But anyway, so Christmas came from worshiping the god Sol Invictus, and they would decorate trees to attract positive spirits, just like how with Halloween you dress up in costumes to repel negative spirits. Yep. So, all these Christmas decorations are not Christian at all. In fact, you're doing the exact opposite of worshiping your own God. You were worshiping demons and multiple gods rather than worshiping your actual God. So I know
there's gonna be a lot of you that are gonna disagree with.
Well, yeah, you're gonna be bitter as fuck because this has been what you grew up with.
Yeah.
However, it's actually evil to your own God. I'm sorry, but it is. So I try to find the real God through philosophy, even some scripture.
Why does it have to be called God?
So in philosophy, the term God comes from it. Well, it didn't come from, but it means the greatest concept.
Okay. And
to me, that has to be everything, all things put together as one.
That I agree with.
That's the only thing that can be God in my eyes. There may be,
and I don't like how people put a gender on it. God.
I mean, I say he because he is more dominant throughout history.
But how can an almighty
No, I agree with you. Gender? I agree with you completely. I don't think God is a he. I think it's more of a mind.
Yes.
Or a consciousness.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
It's unexplainable.
But I still say he just because it makes it easier for everybody else to understand.
Yeah, and most people do refer to God as a he. I just always question that.
Yeah, no, I get it completely. But
I question everything.
So when it comes to my belief in God being all things and Scripture, so the Trinity, right? You have the Father, which would be the Creator. You have the Son, which is Christ. And you have the Holy Spirit, which is within all creatures. Or at least all humans, all living things, whatever you want to say.
Trees, yeah.
So if you take that, the Trinity is God, according to Christianity. So that's all things in my eyes.
I'm not going to disagree with you.
At least all living things.
And I have a very similar belief. No, my background is different because my dad, Jewish, right? My mother, Methodist, stepmother, Catholic. Now, my dad pushed Judaism on me so hard. I mean, I got a fucking bar mitzvah, okay? But growing up like that really makes you think about religion in a different way because you're surrounded by all these different beliefs and all these things, right? So when I was done with my bar mitzvah, I came to an epiphany. And there's certain things that also happened in my life. I almost died and all this shit, but I just can't believe in religion. Why? Why can't I believe in religion? Because it's man-made. It was written down by man, okay? It wasn't written down by God. I can promise you that. My theory is, here's a perfect example, and I've been talking about this. Moses spreaded the Red Sea and they walked across it, right? Well, who's to say that maybe they ate some berries or mushrooms or some shit, and maybe they thought they saw that and they wrote it down, okay? Or the burning bush situation. Tripping on some shit that they ate. They didn't know any better. Honestly, and they thought they heard his voice and then they wrote it down.
I think that we really can't speak on those things because we weren't there for it.
I agree with I
just like what you were saying about the flat Earth thing.
No, I know.
You 100%.
But hear me out. But religion is still man-made.
Yes,
it is written by man.
Yes, it is imperfect.
So there's a difference between being religious and being spiritual. Yes. So, and here's another kind of fucked up thing. Because I was raised Jewish, right? My dad, even though I don't believe in the religion, ignorant people, they literally think that Jewish is like a race, okay? It is not a race, okay? People still be like, but you're Jewish. I'm like, no, I'm not. I don't believe in it. They're like, no, but you're Jewish. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's not a race, right? People have that so embedded in their head. I'm like, listen, I don't believe in religion, period. And they're like, what? What do you mean? And I'm like, look, come here. And I'll walk them to a window. And I'll point at the sun. And I'll be like, you see that? They're like, yeah. I'm like, what is that? They're like, that's the sun. I'm like, cool. That's my God. You know why? Because if it wasn't there, we wouldn't be here. And I can see it. So that's my way of looking at things.
And then, there's also the culture.
Yeah. I mean, I get it.
But even then, if you're born in America, your culture is American.
Yeah, that is so true.
If you're born in America, you're just American. It doesn't matter what color skin you are. Doesn't matter, where your ancestors are from, because none of our ancestors are from America.
I'm a European mutt, 100%. I'm French, Norwegian, Austrian, Russian.
Oh, even the Native Americans came over from Asia.
No, I'm just saying, Americans are mutts.
Yeah, at the end of the day, none of us are native here. It's just the Native Americans were here the longest.
Now, the future generations, I can say they could be considered. But I am a European mutt. Literally. French, Austrian, Norwegian, Russian, and Polish. 20%.
At the end of the day,
which
we all came from somewhere, but it wasn't here.
Right. I know.
My
ancestors, my great-grandparents,
in this current state
from Europe
in 2025 and beyond, wherever you're born from, that's your culture. That's your nationality.
Right. So the real Americans are the new generation.
Yes, we are true Americans if you were born here.
No, I'm a millennial. I don't know. Am I American or am I still not?
You're American, I believe. Your ancestral might be.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense.
Your race might be a mutt, but your culture is American.
Right, but no. You answered my question.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, again, it doesn't matter what race you are. It doesn't matter where your ancestors are from. Where you're born is your nationality and your culture. Your race is something entirely different.
And again, Judaism is not a race. I have to get that point.
You're good.
Motherfuckers just literally don't know, don't understand.
But, and
you're thinking of Israeli people.
That, yeah.
Sorry.
What another thing that I hate about the American public is the politics, dude.
Oh, dude.
I think both left and right are ignorant and arrogant.
We have a rule on this show.
No politics?
No. But we don't call them Republicans or Democrats because it's the Crips and Bloods. I know you.
I said left and right.
I know. But it's Crips and Bloods. It is a rule on this podcast. We do not refer to them as Republicans or Democrats because it is Crips and Bloods. And that is what it's turned into.
Well, here's the thing, dude. Back in the day when the mob was around, you know how they
well, the Democrats were like, or the Republicans back then. Kind of.
Yeah, no, they were. They just swapped. It's the same name.
Or there was like the Federalists. There was like the Federalists.
They swiped ideologies.
Yeah,
Same name, just because.
I mean, none of this shit makes sense. Okay,
no, it doesn't, because
the government shut down right now, guys. You realize that, and it's shut down for the long. But why is it shut down? Because they can't come to an agreement, and it's all coming down to because someone is not getting paid what they want on one side of the aisle. That is what's happening.
Yeah,
and it happens every time you have a government shutdown. Literally, it's all about money.
At the end of the day, both left and right are just trying to fill their pockets by appealing to a demographic.
Yep.
They don't care about you.
They're puppets.
They do not
They
care.
don't give a fuck about you.
About you.
They don't give a fuck.
They don't care about each other.
They don't give a shit. There are people behind the curtains that you've never even heard of. They run this world. Okay? Trump is a puppet. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Now, is he a little bit more or less of a puppet than other politicians? Yes, because he's a billionaire and he's crazy, but he's still a puppet, okay? He's still pulled by strings because people donated money to him to make things happen that they want to do. If he doesn't do them, well, he's in a world of shit with these people, right? For instance, it's probably the Koch brothers are probably one of the groups behind the doors or the curtains.
Well, but beside the point, all they're doing, going back to that maze of doors with free will, right? They're trying to open and close certain doors to force you to go a certain way. They, again, do not care about you. They just care about filling their pockets.
100%.
But since we have free will and we're all in this together.
Technology these days, too.
Yes. But even with technology, with AI and bots everywhere, you know, you don't really know what you're.
Well, it's got its perks and it's fun. I get that.
Yeah.
But technology is like there's no excuse, people. Like do your own fucking homework, okay?
That part.
Like if you're gonna watch fucking Fox News or CNN and shit, and you're just gonna take their word for it, I mean, you might as well just shoot yourself.
That's why I think that the
watch
best
it
thing
and then we do your homework.
That's why I think the best thing and the best type of person you can be is a student. Not a teacher, a student.
Yeah. Just look. Fuck college. Just go to YouTube University. I know more millionaires that didn't go to college that do things they learned on YouTube or have a YouTube channel and they're millionaires. Okay? You don't need to really go to college anymore unless you are literally
trying to be
going to be a doctor, a lawyer, or something very specific that requires that type of fucking degree. I have a business degree, okay, and I've never used it. It's never gotten me a job.
No, I'm lucky I'm a college dropout. I'm kind of lucky I got that concussion and went completely fucking insane.
So expensive. It's insane.
Yeah, because it's meant to close certain doors.
It's like
and force you to go a certain way.
It's almost these days. It's really these people are just sending their kids to college to get the college experience with the fucking frats and shit. Honestly,
yeah,
because you don't look. I learned everything I know did not come from college. Okay, It came from
From experiences.
And it came from YouTube, and it came from doing a lot of research on the stock market, commercial real estate broker here, okay? Like, I took the real estate exam. That shit didn't teach me anything. It was when I was out in the field doing it. That is when I really learned. So, fuck a college degree right now, unless you absolutely need to get it.
But no, the best thing...
But get educated and be educated. You need to be educated.
What I mean by being a student isn't going to college. I mean learning consistently from everything.
Yeah, be educated.
Learn every day.
Because guess what? The elites don't want you to be educated.
They want... That's why they control what you learn in school.
Exactly. See, they don't teach you how to do your taxes properly. Okay, and they don't teach you shit about the stock market. They make it seem like it's this really, really complex thing. It's not. Look at me. I figured it out. Do I have a suit on? Do I look so polished? No. I'm just your average fucking dude. Okay? But I figured it out on my own. Nobody taught me. I now teach people to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving it back. The whole point I'm getting at is you need to be educated, because with this AI shit now, if you are not up to speed with it, you're going to be losing.
You're gonna be a weirdo?
Yes. So as much as you may hate AI, you better fucking start to learn how to use it, because you will fall behind. It is taking jobs, because with AI now, and it's only growing exponentially, I'm not joking about this, what used to take 20 people to do, it takes like 2 people to do with AI.
Mm-hmm.
That's where these layoffs are coming from. I mean, I read an article the other day, another big company just laid off another shitload of people. Some tech company, I forgot which one it was.
Yeah, that's why I'm glad I didn't finish my degree, because I was double majoring in math and computer science. I was going to be a programmer, and that was right before AI really hit the shelves.
Yeah, like December 2022.
Yeah, by that time I was already psychotic and dropped out. I dropped out 2020? No, 2019. I dropped out. I got my concussion in 2018, not 2019.
2018.
Yeah, sorry, my sense of time is completely fucked.
I'm looking for something to keep talking. You're good.
But, it's just, I really think everybody should be a philosopher, question life. If your God is real, your questions will prove it. The answers you come to, the conclusions you come to will prove those questions, and it will define your God to be either real or not real. And if it's not real, you need to change your belief system. Your beliefs should not impact your reality. Your reality should impact your beliefs.
It was GM. General Motors lays off more than 200 salary workers in the latest round of job cuts. That's just another one. That's actually pretty small compared to the others. But, I mean, you're seeing it happen like crazy here. Like, you're seeing these job cuts like Meta and all this shit. So, in the government, it's shut down. So they're not getting paid. So okay, let's just put it this way. Sorry, I'm going to get off topic here for a second. So not that long ago, they released the March of 2020. Sorry, April of 2023, all the way to March of 2024's revised jobs data. Okay, they were off by 1 million jobs. That has never happened before. Okay, that's how skewed the data is. So when these reports come out every week or whatever, these non-farm payrolls, the market's going to react, of course, on what the number is up front. But then the next month they come back and they revise the shit out of it, meaning you're making decisions based off of false information. Okay, and it's crazy that it was 1 million off. That's absurd.
Okay. I mean, it's almost like...
Well, what's happening is it's called phantom jobs.
I was going to say.
It looks like the labor market is doing so well because there's more people with more jobs, but you're not thinking it fully through. It's more people that have multiple jobs to make ends meet, which makes the labor market look stronger than it actually fucking is. So the Federal Reserve is literally making policy decisions off of a strategical ghost, basically. literally. And it's fucking crazy.
It's almost like it's corrupt.
Well, it's not even it's corrupt. Well, yeah, it is corrupt, but but that's what's going on.
Yeah.
So they're basing these decisions off of literally strategical goals. Like it's not real. They don't even. It's like they don't even know it yet.
Yeah.
It's wild. And people, you need to know about this stuff because the big, beautiful bill that was just so miraculously signed on the fucking 4th of July, just so Trump can be that much more monotonous saying, we signed the great, beautiful bill on the fucking holiday or the whatever. I'm just saying he's a fucking monotonous guy. I'm not a Trump hater, but the man is a wild card, okay? And why do I say that? Connor, why do I say that? Because, guys, Liberation Day, April 2nd, when he came out talking about 10% tariffs across the board, the market didn't really, they liked that. That was okay. Well, then he pulled out that fucking board, okay? And it had like all these different rates for Vietnam and China, and then the market didn't like that at all, right? I mean, and then we went into a very, very steep nosedive for almost a week or two. And I'll never forget this. On April 9th, sitting here, right? And the market is down, dude. It is down. But earlier in the day, Trump had tweeted, today is a good day. Today is a good day to buy $DJT. Okay, that's his stock ticker for Truth Social. So I didn't know what that meant. So I mean, by Truth Social or by what? You know, I didn't act on it. But about an hour later, all of a sudden I looked at my screen and the S&P 500 was up 10% in 30 minutes. It's never happened before. The NASDAQ goes up 12% in 30 minutes. Why? Because Trump came out and said 90-day pause on tariffs on China. Okay, so July 9th would be 3 months, right? What happened on July 9th? Nothing. He paused it again. Guess what? Just like 2 Fridays ago, the motherfucker did it again. The market did not like it, and he went back on it again. The man is like he can't make his mind up. He's not sticking to his word, so people are starting to lose trust in that. And the other fucked up thing that he did, and this is terrifying. Now, he can't do this, by the way. But it was in April, it was in August or July, I don't remember exactly, but there was a tweet at like 4 a.m. I was up, and it said, Trump to potentially fire Jerome Powell. Now, first of all, that was the only tweet I saw, and I didn't think much of it, but I was monitoring it. But first of all, Trump can't fire Powell. The only way Powell can be removed is either his term runs out, he does something extremely illegal and gets taken out of the position, or he resigns. Trump can't fire him. I know that, but most people don't. I guess the market doesn't know, because about 2 hours later, all I saw was every equity you could possibly think of nosediving, along with the United States bonds and the dollar. Okay, when you see that, the bonds and the dollar doing this at the same time, very fast and very aggressively, that is not recessionary. That is depressionary. Why? Why is it depressionary? Because as the dollar loses value, I mean, inflation's coming back to smack you in the face regardless, but the bonds, that's our debt. That's our debt. Like the country give us money, we give them a piece of paper, right? So that shit was so fucked up, and I have a feeling that Scott Bessent literally like had to say, Trump, come here for a second. Yeah, we should probably turn this around. The bonds, the dollar, it's pretty bad. So Trump came back out 45 minutes later, said, I never said that. I never said anything about firing Jerome Powell. And guess what? The market went right back up. It is an absolute fucking, it's manipulated, and people made a lot of money off these moves, and it's fucking crazy that Trump was playing with fire, okay? I mean, that's scary shit, guys. Why do you think gold is soaring and the dollar's dropping? People in other countries are losing faith in the United States' ability to pay their debts. Okay, now this all also ties into 2022 when Russia invaded Ukraine, And we used the United States dollar as a weapon as sanctions against Russia. They didn't like that shit. Okay? So now you got the BRICS. Brazil, Russia, India, China, and fucking South Africa. And they're about to bring in the UAE and I think Qatar. And they're tired of dealing with the US dollar as the world's currency because we've used it as a weapon. And it's not backed by anything. It's backed on just trust, right? So this is a fucked up situation. And it don't even get me started on crypto because we've never dealt with a fucking liquidity drain with crypto because it didn't exist in these last market crashes. So I don't fucking know what's going to happen when you're starting to see these $19 trillion liquidations in a 24-hour period. It's sucking money out of the markets, okay? So this is the everything bubble. That's just like two tips of the iceberg. I could go on and on and on. I mean, don't get me started on the housing market. The fucking CMBS fucking problem, the fucking Japanese yen, it's all tied together. You can't just look at Tesla and Nvidia, people. I'm sorry. You can't just do that. That's not going to do anything for you because it doesn't matter about them. They will crash the stock market to save the bond market. Okay? They will. They will do it. And guess what? The big, beautiful bubble burst, it's coming. It's coming, and it's probably going to happen within the next 6 months, and it's going to catch everybody off guard. It's going to catch me off guard. I'm telling you. It's going to happen so fast, and it's going to be a big shift. And I don't really know, I don't have advice on how to prepare for this, except, I mean, you do want to not just hold on to cash. You want to put it somewhere where it's going to, appreciate, like something. I can get into this later. I have to tell you this, though, because this is all something that I've talked about on the Bag Brigade YouTube videos, but I haven't done it on the podcast yet. And some of y'all haven't heard this. So you need to understand this. Stop looking at Tesla and Nvidia and pay attention to the bonds, pay attention to the yen, pay attention to gold, silver, the yields, pay attention to all of these things, and you will be able to navigate these markets in a much more clear manner and understand how to position yourself and hedge yourself and protect yourself in case we do have a very, very serious pullback, which I am very confident that it's coming very soon. And I'll leave it at that, but just hear me out, okay? I'm telling you. This is not financial advice, okay? It's not. But it's just me trying to give you a fucking pathway of thinking. If you want to learn more about it, there will be a link to the Discord community in the description. We don't charge. It's free. That's where we do most of the stuff, okay? That's it. I'm done. I just had to get that off my chest. I'm just reading some of these headlines. AI spending is boosting the economy, but many businesses are in survival. Well, that's not surprising. Okay. U.S. China seek to avoid trade war escalation in Malaysia talks. How many times have we heard headlines like this and nothing ever happens? Right? Warren Buffett's Berkshire is lagging the S&P 500 by the largest gap so far this year. That doesn't ever happen. He always beats the S&P 500. Jesus Christ. What's going on? Trump's $130 million mystery donor is reportedly millionaire. Oh, shit. There's a guy behind the curtain. I don't even know who he is. Who is this guy? The banking heir and railroad magnate is an heir to the Gilded Age melon baby. Okay, so this is like Rockefeller shit.
Yeah.
This is a perfect example of what we were talking about, the people behind the curtains. This guy right here. This is one of them, for sure. I didn't even know who this guy is. Just don't know. But that's what we're talking about. So, be understanding of that stuff. Listen, y'all know me. It's your boy Chuck Boomberg. I don't ask why. I stopped asking why a long time ago. I ask why the fuck not, right? Because why the fuck not? And again, remember this. I made something out of nothing. Okay? So, thanks for fucking nothing. It's your boy Chuck Boomberg. Signing out.
I got him.
Well, you say something. Like it's been a pleasure, I don't know.
All right. Well, appreciate it, Chuck, for having me on.
Anytime, bro. I'm excited about your podcast.
Thank you.
We'd love to be a guest on your show.
You will be at some point.
Yeah,
when I get it set up and everything.
And if you need help with that, I got you.
Yeah, I'm still getting the lights and everything. So
it's a process, like I told you, dude.
Yeah,
it comes. You just accumulate equipment.
Yeah, I've already gotten most of everything.
You'll be getting more at home.
I believe it.
So I've spent a lot of money on all that shit. So, well, it's been a pleasure having you on the show, man. We thank you because I've been needing to do one, and I apologize to all the listeners for the gaps here, but come check out the Bag Brigade YouTube channel because sort of getting a different vibe. Link in the description. Get it. So, anyways, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.